Hello everyone and welcome to our 7th video of 12 days of Chia. Tonight it's night time. We're going to go through an ideal nighttime routine, an ideal healthy nighttime routine, and if you take this on board you'll have nothing but really nice night's sleeps. We're going to do our 5 facts like we did with our morning routine. The first top tip is food and drink. So obviously we know that caffeine is something that wakes us up, so limiting the amount of caffeine that you have from early to late afternoon always helps to not go into the evening and affect you in the evening. Also not having dinner too late, because it really does sit on your stomach. If you've got a high salt content in your meal, it's not going to be great for your digestion, it's not going to make you feel good. You really want to go to bed feeling just a tad hungry, and you're going to have a much nicer sleep. One snack that's good to have before bed if you are hungry are just a handful of almonds and walnuts. They're both a source of melatonin, which is what helps us sleep at night, so that will aid your restful sleep. Another thing you can have is a nice warm herbal tea. You can get valerian, which is great for sleep. You can get something that's relaxing like chamomile, and it helps you unwind, it helps you relax for the evening. So there are tips of what to and what not to eat and drink. Top tip number 2 is to have a nice relaxing bath before bed. You don't want to have it too hot, because getting into a bath with really hot water is just going to stimulate your blood flow, which is just going to wake you up. So having a nice calm relaxing bath at very least an hour before bed, and you can add to that some magnesium, so some Epsom salts, which are great for aiding relaxation and sleep as well. These can be bought from your local supermarket or your local health food store. So you want to make sure you get 100% pure magnesium flakes or pure Epsom salts, no other ingredients. Getting lots of daylight during the day is really good for you, and that actually aids your sleep as well. But having too many bright lights in the evening actually hinders a good restful sleep. So maybe in the bath, just put on a few candles, turn the light down, and try and have that unwinding time before bedtime. And once you're out of the bath and you've had a nice soak, it's good to soak in your magnesium salts for at least 20 minutes and use a good couple of cups so that you get maximum effect. And then maybe just, pampering yourself a little before bedtime. A nice natural nighttime cream on that's got some lavender in it. Or you can always add your own couple of drops of lavender essential oil to your cream and rub it on your body or rub it on your feet. Just a little bit of pampering, and it kind of gets you in that nighttime mood. Top tip number 3, which you can actually add into your bath time routine as well, are essential oils. Personally, I use doTERRA just because they are the purest that I've found, and you can also use them, you can ingest them, which most essential oils won't actually claim that you can. You probably could, but they won't say that on the packaging. doTERRA, the majority of them you can actually ingest, but adding a couple of drops of lavender to your pillow before bed, the same chamomile, you could put a couple of drops of chamomile in your drink. You could also just put a couple of drops of any of the essential oils into your bath to help you relax. You can order these online, and the majority of them aren't that expensive, so they're a great little thing to have in your cupboard and just use on a regular basis. I've got a whole collection now where I just bought a couple a month. I've got a whole collection. They tell you you can always look up what they do, and a really lovely one that I like to use at night is the lavender, just a couple of drops on my pillow, and I find I have a really restful sleep. So top tip number 4 is the Telephonic Device. This is your best friend during the day when you're working, but an hour before bed you really want to be able to put this down, and ideally if you're going to need to be on it at all, then you can turn it onto night mode where it's not so bright, because studies have actually proven that the blue light that's coming off of your phone is not great for restful sleep. So if you can put that down an hour before, it helps your mind unwind, and you're going to have a far better sleep without it. Which leads me on to top tip number 5, which is your bedroom environment. If you can charge your phone downstairs, that's most ideal, because if it's next to your bed, you're going to be really tempted to pick it up if it makes a noise. Even if you've got it on silent, it might vibrate. So if you can charge it downstairs, then that's ideal. Your bedroom environment is really important in terms of your sleep. So the 3 things that are most important are the temperature of your room. You really don't need your heating on in your bedroom at night. If you should make sure that your heating goes off whatever time, even if it was really late, 11 or 12, so that you've got some real good hours where you're not in a hot stuffy room, you're going to sleep a lot better. The second thing is light. So we all know that we actually sleep better and we produce more melatonin when it's darker. So if you can get some blinds, especially blackout blinds, so that you have a nice dark sleep, then that's going to help. Also with light in your bedroom, if you've got preferably don't leave any lamps on when you go to bed, and if you've got an alarm clock or something like that that has a really quite a bright light on it, then just make sure that you face that down until you need to see it. For instance, my son has a humidifier in his room sometimes to help him if he's got a cold, and that has a really bright blue light coming off of it, and it lights up the whole room, so I always make sure I just put something in front of it and it stops it. So making sure that your room is as dark as possible. The third thing is quiet. If you live on a main road, there's only so much you can do to stop the noise coming from outside inside. But just making sure that, some people go to sleep with some music on, making sure that that goes off at a certain time. If you've got a television in your room, making sure that that goes off at a decent time and you don't fall asleep with it on and then you wake up and it's on and it's disturbing your sleep. Something really specific to me, and I'm sure other people, my friends have said this too, but if you've got a plug socket next to your bed, I find it's better if I actually turn it off, because I can almost hear the buzzing. My room is so quiet, I can almost hear the buzzing in the wall of the electric, so I turn that off. That's extreme though. One thing I wanted to add is, it's the day after we ate the soup for dinner, and although I'm a little bit sniffly because I just put my son to bed and I was laying down with him, I actually feel 100% better. And apart from making sure I had lots of fluids, having some ginger water, my usual lemon water, I didn't do anything else, and it got me thinking, since eating a plant-based diet, yes, I still get sick, but that's actually quite good for your body. If your body never gets sick, your immune system, it's not really working that well, and you're stopping your body from getting these things. Actually, I get sick, but I only get sick for a day or two, and I don't get it really extreme, and then it's gone. So I can only imagine that it's because I eat a real high volume of fruit and veg, that all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that are in those, and I will obviously ramp that up if I don't feel good, and voila, it's helped. So definitely try, if you're feeling something coming on, definitely try that garlic and onion soup, and it was delicious. Even the 7-year-old ate it, so it was a winner. Thanks for watching our 7th video of 12 Days of Chia. I hope you have a lovely, relaxing evening and incorporate some of these nighttime ideas and routines into your evening. Have a lovely, restful sleep. See you soon.